Tiago here again. Tonight we're going to do something that I've never done before. So it's going to be a broccoli, leek and potato soup. So I'm going to be using this broccoli that I went to Whole Foods to get it, so it's all organic. Also the live leeks, I don't know what that means, but I think it's there's a lot of living things inside. And also these potatoes here, Albert Bartlett potatoes. I just bought them because they're organic. So we're going to be using that. And I also have 2 vegetable stocks and 2 chicken stocks from Calo, the brand that is super organic and super nice as well. And I've got some onions that I'm going to be frying to make the stock with. So let's get started. So everybody, before we get started with the soup, we need to chop everything. So let's get started. Now that everything has been chopped, I'm going to put a big spoon of coconut oil. I cook everything with coconut oil or ghee. So this time we're going to do with coconut oil. So let's get a big spoon and I'll put it here in the pan. More or less like this. So now that everything is almost ready to go, we're going to add the onions to the heated coconut oil until they go lightly transparent. Yeah. Just mix a little bit. Oh, while the onions cook a little bit, we're gonna chop the potatoes. Once the onions are transparent and getting lightly brown, so now what we're going to do, we're going to add our stock. So I dissolved the stock already here. So it was 2 chicken stocks and 2 vegetable stocks. So now we're going to put it in. There you go. So I'm going to give it another stir, a little bit, just to mix it up. And I'm gonna add the potatoes and the leeks first, let them cook a little bit, and then we're gonna add the broccoli because the broccoli are very quick to cook, alright? So let's do it. There you go. So I'm gonna have to add a little bit of more water as well. So I boiled a kettle, so I'm gonna add a little bit more. And I'm gonna give it a little stir again. So what I'm gonna do as well, because the stock cubes that I use have no salt, I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. So I'm gonna add a little pinch of salt, and then if you want more salt here, you can add a little bit later. So I'm gonna give it a little bit more salt. There's no need to be scared of salt. So let's give it a good stir. Let me try a little bit. Let's see. Tastes delicious so far. So now we need to let it cook a little bit, and then we're gonna add the broccoli later. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a little bit of more water as well to it, just so I have a little bit more, and then I rinse a little bit of the stock that was left here as well. So I'm gonna cover the soup a little bit, and it's on a medium heat, until it softens the vegetables a little bit. So some people like a little bit harder, some people like a little bit softer, I like medium. So medium heat, lead, and let it simmer a little bit, alright? So now the boring part. So while the soup cooks, I'm gonna start doing the dishes. And the potato has been cooking for probably 10 minutes. I'm gonna add the broccoli and I put the lid on and let it cook a little bit more, right? So add the broccoli a little bit, give it a good stir. And let's add the lid and let it simmer for a little bit. And then you can check, how soft you want the vegetables. I want medium, so I'm gonna let it cook for another probably 3 to 5 minutes. And let's see how it goes. So while the soup is cooking and I'm here catching up with my Judy.
Did you have pets? No. And you took have a lease with her then, said nobody else could live there, just you and your 2 roommates, right?
So everything has been cooking for 20 minutes now and it should be good to go. So let's just enjoy the soup. So now that the soup has been ready, so I'm gonna pour a little bit here for me. Look at that. And that's it, enjoy your soup. So everybody, I've done my soup. I added a little bit of cheese as well, some crispy onions, and a little bit of pork that my friend cooked it. So if you want to have a vegetarian soup, you can leave as it is. If you don't, then you can add whatever you want. So take a look in here. So let's try. Enjoy.